Live to Washington, Cam Stewart joins us, US correspondent for, well, contributor for Sky News and The Australian as well. Cam, it's on, the impeachment, D-Day, when is it?
Laura, it's going to be spectacular. Certainly, the first public hearings are going to happen Thursday morning Australian time next week. And this really is when it becomes a circus. This is when all of America tunes in to see exactly what the witnesses say, exactly the claims they make about what Donald Trump did or didn't say in relation to the Ukraine. Did he break the law? Is he impeachable? All these sort of judgments will be formed eventually by the American public. This is what the Democrats are trying to do. The Democrats are trying to sell their case to the public, and that's why they're making the hearings public. And there's going to be 3 of them next week. It's going to be the former US ambassadors to the Ukraine, and 2 other very senior State Department officials are going to be grilled in public, and that's really going to be a very lively and very, very partisan process, because the Republicans, of course, are appalled by the whole thing.
So, Cam, how long does the whole process take, and when does Donald Trump appear?
Well, Pete, how long's a piece of string? Because really, these things, they're making it up as they go along. The Democrats are very, very keen to get this, all this locked away by about the middle of December if they can. A lot of speculation. I was just talking to Steve Bannon the other day. He says that he believes the president will be impeached between the 15th and the 21st of December, and then there'll be a break over the winter period here, and then early January the Senate will try him. So that's his thinking of the timetable. The Democrats want to get it done as early as possible. They don't want it to go into the January period as much as they can avoid, because that gets in the way of the primaries that are going to start in February. But, you know, how long is a piece of string, really? I mean, there's a lot of witnesses the Democrats are going to try and work through. Republicans are going to try and slow this down, not least by calling their own witnesses. And they're actually speculating they might even call Joe Biden and his son Hunter, which would be a remarkable thing to do. But that's certainly under discussion in Republican ranks at the moment. It's not thought that the President, Donald Trump, would ever appear in any of these hearings. But, you know, who knows? Anything's possible.
It certainly seems like it at this point. Now, have you seen any reaction from Donald Trump? I imagine you've been keeping a very close eye on Twitter.
Yeah, Donald Trump, he's amazing how many tweets he's putting out regularly these days. He's selecting various bits of testimony that support him. The closed-door testimony we've seen in the last couple of days, and he's been retweeting that. Again, every single day he's been saying, look, it's a witch hunt, it's ridiculous, and I did nothing wrong. He's very, very strong on the fact that he believes the transcript of that phone call shows he did nothing wrong, that in asking the Ukrainians to investigate Joe Biden, that was fair enough, because he was investigating the issue of corruption. That's what Donald Trump says he was doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, so he's sticking by his guns. He's not going to change from that position, and he's very, very involved. I mean, he is tweeting regularly on this subject.
Cam, what's the story with one of his aides or one of his associates that changed or reversed his testimony that was a huge plus for the Democrats?
It was an unexpected thing. Gordon Sondland is his name. He's actually a Trump donor and a very big Trump ally and supporter. Trump named him as the US ambassador to the EU last year. And anyway, Sondland, in his original testimony, said that he didn't know anything about a quid pro quo, you know, the allegation that the US or Donald Trump withheld US military aid to the Ukraine in return for them announcing an investigation into Joe Biden. He said he wasn't aware of that at all in the first testimony. Second testimony, he came and he said, yes, in fact, he actually put that proposition to the Ukrainians. So, you know, that was a big help to the Democrats. They feel they're almost over the line in proving that there was a quid pro quo involving Donald Trump and aid to the Ukraine, and that's an impeachable offence in their opinion. So that's why they're now moving to the public hearings, because they think they have a reasonable case to make to the American public.